So this guy, Robert Louis Deere, I mean, he's a nut job. And not a lot is known about him. Now, you had run a story on your website. You ran a story that was discussing his voter registration. Now, whatever it means, we don't know yet, but it does exist. In fact, Senator Ted Cruz had mentioned this earlier. He had said, well, it was reported, and he mentioned that this story, that this had been his voter registration and his identity. He's being crucified for saying, well, it has been reported, which is silly. But tell me what we do know about this guy, including what you had on your site.
Dana, it's great to be with you. Epic monologue, by the way. What we know right now is this guy is a complete lunatic. He was in North Carolina, moved to Colorado. There's photos of his trailer out there in the middle of the frickin' prairie with some logs around it, and so he's obviously burning logs in his trailer, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
I'm surprised that he would even know about the Planned Parenthood tapes since he was living off the grid, but maybe there's a possibility that he followed the story. It is outrageous, though, what the media has reported. We do know he's a peeping Tom. He has an extensive record. He was arrested for assault, abused his former wife, and he also was speaking about how he had to put a tin roof on his trailer so that the government couldn't spy on him. He would also bury his meat out in the woods for some reason because of the government. He told people that he worked for the government, and so they needed to watch out. This guy was a complete lunatic, and for some reason, us conservatives now, we're made to apologize for this nut, as you said, when he has nothing to do with the conservative cause and nothing to do with Christianity.
Right. Yeah, because, Jim, as Christian conservatives, you and I make it a regular practice to put tin on our roofs so the government can't spy on us and bury our meat all the time. Tell me about his voter registration, because I'm not quite sure what the significance of this is, but it is interesting because it is self-admitted. In addition to his peeping Tom charge and eavesdropping, he registered as a female to vote. What does that mean?
If that isn't the strangest thing, someone sent me that tip on Saturday morning after the shooting, and it's his voter registration. It's online. It's from the Colorado court system, and he registered as this as a resident of Hartselle, Colorado, and he says that he's a female on his registration. He also says that he's non-affiliated to any party. So, again, it's just very strange. Could have been a clerical error, but that's how the court documents have him registered. And so Ted Cruz was not wrong to mention this. He had as much credibility mentioning that as the left does, mentioning that he said, in the body parts or whatever they're saying.